Hi, friends. Let me know if you can see me and you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me and you can hear me. Let me know in the comment section if you can see me and hear me. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the comment section if you can see me and hear me. Can you see me okay? Can you hear me? Let me know in the comment section if you can see me. Hi, beauty. Let me know in the comment section if you can see me. Hi, beauty. Okay, very demure, very clear. Awesome. Yes, I can. Okay, I can see you. Awesome. Awesome. Hi, virtual assist with D. I can hear you loud and clear. Awesome. So we're just going to give like 2-3 minutes. Let me just put it on the group. Or those, what's the dress code for our graduation? Can't you see that I'm all white? All white. So if you're not wearing your own white, oh yeah, go and change and come back. You can see I'm all white. You can see I'm all white. So those in different, I can see and I can hear you. Awesome. Awesome. And you can see I'm on all white. So those in cohort 5, please, the accountability admins should please put it there that class has started and this is our graduation party. So everybody should be around. You know, the same way we're all around for the beginning of our training, everybody should be around for this training. Everybody should be. And we're going to be like discussing something. It's not just about being a graduation party. We're going to be looking at something very interesting. You know, every time I come, I know they come empty-handed. Like I don't just, I show and I show. I show and you can see. I show and you already know that once I just open this my mouth like this and start talking, you guys you already know that things will be like, is it white white wine or red wine? All right, so we're just gonna give 2 more minutes while I put this on the group. So let's tell people to come learn. Let's tell people to come spend time and learn with us. We're going to be looking at something very interesting today. I'm going to go ahead to present, share my screen so that we can start feeling like it's a proper party. So you can see that it's a proper party that we came for. We don't come joke. So that you can see that we actually came for a proper party. So that you can see that we actually came for a proper party, that we did not come to joke. Hope we can see my screen. Let me know that you can see my screen. Let me know that you can see my screen. Any question that is on the group, if you ask me here, I will not answer you. Like Yinka asking crypto training. I dropped this particular question in the group yesterday. So asking me now again, it's like you're looking for talk in my mouth when I've already dropped it in the group day before yesterday, and I've talked about it. So this one is just looking for word inside my mouth. That's what you're looking for. So 1 more minute and we get started. If you're an accountability admin, feel free to like encourage those in your accountability to join the training. We can see you. All right. So without wasting much of our time, we're just going to get started right about now. We're going to get started right about now. Just give me a moment to... Just give me a moment. So how are we doing? Let me start by checking in on us. How has it been with you? Let me know in the comment section. How has it been with you? How are you doing? How is everything? How are you doing? I hope everyone is putting on their dancing shoe. How are we doing? How are you doing? Let me know in the comment section how you're doing. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How is it? Clement said, I'm fine. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? How are we doing? We are doing great. Petra said we are doing great. Awesome. 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 Okay. All right. So congratulations to everyone in cohort 5. If you paid for a refreshment, please send me DM and your email so I can send you your food. Email that, please free me, I beg. Exactly. Those of you that paid for refreshments, I love this. Thanks for making this very fun. It's not supposed to be difficult. Like, we're supposed to have fun and enjoy ourselves. So we're not supposed to make today training look like, say, World War End, right? So if you know you paid for refreshment, please send Imelda send her a DM with your email address so that you can get your goodies sent to you. So that you can get your goodies sent to you. For only those that pay though, if you know say you no pay, leave us alone. If you know that you did not pay, if you did not pay for this party, now you sabi. All right, everyone. Congratulations to my beautiful, handsome, amazing students, those in cohort 5. You guys make me a very proud coach. Like I said, my biggest pride is with my students. No cap. My biggest pride is my students. And I make a whole lot of noise because of my students. I'm able to make a lot of noise because of my students. I'm able to stand and my head is so high, so tall because of my students. And I'm immensely happy to have each and every one of you in my life. Today is not just about coming to celebrate and leave. I want to not just, again, I'm not leaving, right? But everything that has a beginning, we can't keep being children in this field, right? When a child is born, you start breastfeeding the child. After a while, you move on to feeding the child solid food, right? So for everything that has a beginning, there's an appointed end for it. We've been in this training for the past 5 weeks. Our job application marathon will start in January because that is what majority of you voted for. But I want to, not just as your coach today, teach you other things that can also help you survive and thrive. Feel free to share this live section. I want to see your your thumbs up on this video. If you're not following me, please follow me on YouTube. That is if you're not following me already, but I want to believe that most of my students are already following me. Feel free to share this live, invite somebody, invite somebody to just come and listen to me talk today. This might be like their own takeaway, their own Christmas gift. What I'm going to be explaining to you today has to do with finances. So it's what you sharing with people, is what you sharing on your status, is what you asking somebody to come and learn and benefit from. And trust me, they would have no regrets. Now, there is no better time to have trained yourself than now. I want to start with that. So in case you're thinking, I'm starting late, there is no better time to have trained yourself than you have now. There is no better time to, yes, please go and bring +10. Go and bring +1, +2, +3, +4. Send the link to other persons, invite them to come. Please do that. Now, there is no better time for you to have trained yourself than you have now. So I'm super proud of you. If nobody has ever told you that they are proud of you, you're hearing it from me today that I am proud of you. So if you're not, let me know in the comment section, are you proud of yourself? It's been 5 weeks. Whether you completed all of the training, you should at least be proud of yourself. If you completed the training, you should be proud of yourself. So put it in the comment section, your name, and I am proud of myself. Chinyere, I am proud of myself. Chinyere, I am proud of myself. So replace it and put it in the comment section. Let me see it. I want to see your name specifically. I know all of you. Although we are not complete here, I wonder why other persons, like, they are not in today's final training, but I hope they join when they can. So let me put it in. Kem said, I am proud of myself. Let me see it there. Let me see it there. I am proud of, put your name. Michelle, I'm proud of myself. Laura, I'm proud of myself. Clement said, I'm very proud of myself. Njideka said, I'm proud of myself, but I'm not going back to level 1, 2. But I'm going back to refresh and relearn. Onyi said, I'm proud of me. Rashidat said, Fumi Lola said, I'm proud of myself. Sarah said, I'm proud of myself. Osato said, I'm very proud of myself. Ali said, I'm proud of myself. Femi, I'm proud of myself. And all of you, all, I see you. Fejire said, will there be a recording? I'm saying I'm proud of myself. You're asking, will there be recording? Favor Chuk said, I'm proud of myself. Ruth said, I'm proud of myself. And everyone, I see you, and I'm very, very proud of you. Coming to a training is one thing. Taking the training is another thing. Going back to keep learning is another thing. So I am proud of the step that you have taken for yourself. Now, there is no better time to push yourself than now after this training. There is no better time to push yourself than after this training. The reason why I said push yourself is when people are done taking training, they tend to relent. They tend to relax. They tend to feel like, oh, I have it all together. You stop learning. Remember that once you stop learning, gradually, you start forgetting everything you have gotten or everything you have learned. So there is no better time to have trained yourself than you have trained yourself now. And there is no better time to push yourself than you're pushing after this training. There is no better time than now. Now, before we hit deep into, like, our conversation today will be like around money, around finances and all of that. So we're going to start up with our relationship with money. I'm going to be talking about relationship with money. This is because growing up as a child, I think life itself has taught me a lot. Aside from being somebody that is very hardworking, somebody that is very determined to succeed, I feel like life has taught me a lot of lesson. And that is part of the things, all of those nuggets are part of the things I'll be sharing with you today, while also teaching you on some of these things. So that is why I said, please share this life with somebody. Trust me, they are going to gain immense value from joining this training. It's not just a graduation party per se, like, oh, we have finished the training. This is, you're living with a value that will live with you forever. Now, what is your relationship with money? I'm going to start by asking a few questions. How does your current relationship with money reflect your childhood experience or your family attitude towards finance? So I want you to begin to think, the attitude you have towards money right now, what does your childhood experience look like? And what does your family attitude towards finance look like when you're a child? Now, because if you can look back at your childhood, your family situation when you were growing up, it might be difficult to have a very good relationship with money. And I'm going to explain. Many of us come from families that we can't spend on ourselves. Many of us have bad relationship with money because of where we are coming from. I want you to keep at the back of your mind that this industry is money you're coming to. You're learning a virtual assistant to do what? To make money, of course, right? So you need to have that good disposition to making money. It's not a case of like anyhow. It can't be that way. Like, you need to like open up to this disposition to have money. But you can have a good relationship with money if your childhood experience with money is bad, and if your family attitude towards money is bad. I hope I'm making sense. Now, what is one financial habit that you're proud of and the one that you need to change? Tell me in the comment section. What is one financial habit that you're proud of and one financial habit that you like to change? I want to see your response in the comment section. What is one financial habit that you're proud of? And you can look at yourself and say, I'm proud of this financial habit. And what is one financial habit that you're not proud of that you need to change? Let me know in the comment section. What is one financial habit that you're proud of and one financial habit that you like to change? Look at yourself holistically. Is there any financial habit that you're proud of? And is there any financial habit that you need to change? Right? Now, looking at our relationship with money, it is very, very important, because as you dive into this journey, it is very, very important that you have good relationship with money. If your relationship with money is toxic, you would find it difficult to like even make this money that everybody, maybe on social media, everybody is shouting, how I made 1 million, how I made 2 million, how I made 10 million. And you're like, is this even real? So Onyi said, I have none, and I would like to change the fact that money controls me. Thank you, Onyi, for sharing this. Maxwell said, overspending. I want to change that. Now, because you have recognized that money habit that you want to change, you can begin to intentionally work on it. Now, our relationship with money is so important that you understand it. Take, for instance, I grew up always wanting to have my own money. So right now, I don't feel comfortable when I don't have money. I feel sad. The thought of not having money makes me sad. The thought of not having money makes me sad. Now, I grew up in a home where we didn't have it all, right? But I grew up knowing that my father, at least when I was a little bit matured, I grew up knowing that people can make money because I knew that my father had money. So I grew up understanding that money can be made. There are many of us that the mindset we have is that it is difficult to make money. There are so many of us that the mindset we have around money is that money is far from us. There are so many of us that the mindset we have around money is that we have the mindset of hardship, which is very wrong. So I said, I'm proud of the fact that I'm very prudent in spending. I want to invest more than just be prudent. No financial habit that I'm proud of. I am not proud of how I spend on others. I am proud of myself for hearing the training as audio gradually daily and hearing training. Okay. Proud of the fact that I'm great at saving and investing. Not proud of sometimes I can be quite reckless by overspending on frivolities. Awesome. Now, having good relationship with money is very, very important. If not, you would always spend your life either being broke or never having enough or not even having at all. And it's not a cause. If your relationship with money is bad, you would spend your life either not having at all, either being broke or never having enough. These three things. And please be taking notes of what I'm saying. If your relationship with money is bad, you would either never have enough. You would either never have enough of money. You would either never be able to even save, or you would never even understand that you can actually have money. Now, as you dwell in this journey, I want you to keep at the back of your mind that this journey is a journey that has to do with money. Remember that money is a tool to be mastered not a tool that you should be afraid of, right? Your relationship with money is what would help you foster financial well-being and even financial freedom. There's no joke on this. Like, your relationship with money is what will really help you foster good relationship, good financial well-being relationship, and freedom. So so what I do and I tell myself is, every single morning when I pray, I affirm money. Money is, will I say, when we were growing up, I used to say that money have wings, right? Like I said, my dad had money while we were growing, but something led to something, and all of that money left. What is that telling you? Money has wings. Now, because money has wings, if you're also not careful with it, you don't have good investments, you don't have good culture, it might be flowing to you today. If you don't take care of it properly, invest right, do the right thing, when it leaves, it goes to another person. Now, what you now rely on when there is no so much a lot like the way it used to be is those savings you have done rigorously, is those savings you have made, those investments is what will feed you or take care of you when it is not flowing the way it's supposed to flow. Now, we're going to be looking at financial management today. This is a disclaimer. I'm not an investor, right? All the things I'm going to be sharing with you today is from what I've worked for me, what I have learned in my journey, and what I am still learning in my journey. I'm just going to share all of that with you. Now, what is budgeting? Let's start from that. Budgeting is the process of you creating a plan in spending your money. Now, with budgeting, it allows you to determine in advance whether you would have enough money to do the things you need or would like to do. Going forward, I need us to have a budget. Whether you're earning 5 naira, whether you're earning 10 naira, you need to have a budget. The section is recorded. Whether you're having 10 naira, whether you're having 20 naira, you need to have a budget. Because it is only with a budget, at the end of every month, when your salary comes, you need to budget it. It is only with a budget. It is only with a budget that you would know what you should spend on and what you shouldn't spend on. And I will keep breaking this further as we progress. Now, what are some benefits of budgeting? It prevents you from overspending. You know, those impulsive buying. When you have budgets, it would help you align properly with your financial goal. It would help you ensure that when those things that you're not supposed to be buying, they're entering your eyes, you will take your eyes away from it because it is not in your budget. Another benefit of budgeting is that it ensures saving. Because you have done your budgeting right, you have allocated your resources right, you'll be able to save. It ensures that you also consistently save a portion of your income, which you can accumulate over time. Now, another benefit of budgeting is it helps you to achieve your financial goal. As we are going into 2025, although we're still going to have a training, I'm going to bring somebody sometime at the end of this month or in December to talk about finances. But as we're going into 2025, I need you to have a financial goal. Now, your financial goal is saving either for your retirement. Many of us right now, we don't know that we are going to grow old. You don't have retirement plan. Even as at 20, 21, as you're working, keep saving something towards your retirement plan. Even if it means you save, you use it to invest maybe in buying a landed property. Hey, you see this hair that we are wearing? Bone straight is not an investment. Bone straight is not an investment. I'm going to share with you how you're going to budget. So just listen. So bone straight is not an investment. Even car is not an investment. It's not. But when you buy like a landed property, it is something that can appreciate. When you buy a house, it is something that can appreciate. That's why I said today's training, please share it with somebody to come and learn. Like this, people need to like listen to this, right? Now, whether you're saving for your rainy day, you're planning for retirement, or you want to like buy something, because it doesn't necessarily need to be about planning for retirement or saving for rainy day. It could be you saving to like get maybe an instrument. Maybe you want to go into content creation, or you want to go into maybe music. It could be you saving to go into music. It could be you saving to go into a particular industry. It could be you saving to achieve something, right? So budgeting is very, very important. And I'll also be sharing with you steps that I use to budget. Now, at the end of every month or before the end of every month, you need to know how much that is coming into you. There are different sources of income, and I will just list a few. Now, list all your sources of income, whether na boyfriend money, whether na papa money, mama money, you're working, you're making money, your husband is giving you money. Everywhere that you know that a source money is coming, whether na your boyfriend do, whether na your sister, wherever that you know that a source of income is coming from, make a list of it, right? Make a list of that your source of income. It is very important. Now, when you have made a list of all of your income, track and categorize each of your expenses. Make another list of your expenses for that month. Now, when you make a list of all of your expenses, set a spending limit for each category. For instance, in the month of December, I was telling my sister something. If you calculate how much you spend on data every month, it might be up to 15,000. But you can actually spend 10,000 and maybe probably pay for unlimited. You might not know, but this is just the truth, right? Now, track all of your expenses and put a cap. A cap means a limit. Once I buy fuel of 10,000 this month, I am not buying fuel again till next month. Once I buy data of 10,000 this month, I am not buying data again. Now, because there is a cap to it, it teaches you how to minimize. It teaches you how not to spend recklessly because there is a limit to each of them. Now, for you to actually budget, you need to be intentional about it. Like, you need to be intentional about it. So when you have set a limit to each of them, review and adjust it monthly. Start by listing all of your sources of income. Once you're done listing all of them, every place that money comes to you every month, list it down. Every freaking place that you get money from, make a list of it. Then list out all of your expenses that month. We're still going to talk about want and need. I don't want to start talking about it here. Now, list all of your expenses that month. On each of these expenses, set a spending limit for each of them. Things like maybe house rent, if you're in the abroad. House rent, you know that maybe you're paying $450 every month. Maybe electricity and utility might vary, but maybe plus minus, since you have been paying, you have not paid more than $150. Set a limit on like $160 or maybe $200. It's unpredictable, but set a limit. Am I making sense? Now, this limit can be adjusted at the end of the month, right? Because you need to review and adjust it monthly, depending. Now, some budgeting apps that you can use a simple Google Doc. You can use a simple Google Doc. I use my phone. Every month, what I do is I come on my phone, I list everything that I need to spend on. House rents, I list it. House rents. I list utility. I need to pay for car. I need to pay for car. I need to buy food. I need to pay student fee. I list everything on the order of priority, right? And I list it to you that using my phone. So you can use a Google Sheet. You can use an Excel sheet to track all of your expenses. It mustn't be something very fanciful. There's also an app called Mint. You can check it out. You can also go through your Google, like your Apple Store or your Google Store, and check for free budgeting tools. Get them and use them. Like, go through your Apple Store, you'll find free budgeting tools that you can use. Now, for saving and investment, if you're in Nigeria, I think in the course of our training, I have talked about this several times, right? So these are few apps that you can try if you're in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, consider using apps like Piggyvest for short-term and long-term saving, or just leave it on your Flex account and get daily return. I would explain. None of these two that I'm sharing with you, none of them is sponsoring me. I'm just telling you what I am doing. Now, I use Piggyvest, and I think I've been using Piggyvest for a very long time. I do short-term savings and I do long-term saving. The other day I was talking to my mentor and he said, if you have like a substantial bulk of money and you save it on Piggyvest for 3 years, Piggyvest will give you, I think, about 30 to 36% interest of that money. The beautiful thing with Piggyvest is they give you that interest immediately. So take, for instance, you have like 1 million and you want to save it. You want to save that 1 million for 3 years. Piggyvest will give you 30% of that, 30% of that your 1 million. That is an interest in 3 years. So what I do is, for every single time, whether I'm saving on long-term or short-term savings, and they give me back this interest, I lock it back. Why? That is a smart way of saving. If you save 1 million in 3 years, and they give you your interest today, and you chop your interest, what does that mean? You have eaten the interest of that 1 million. Whenever that 1 million is coming, it is not coming back with interest. Now, what you can do is, when Piggyvest gives you that interest, save it back. For instance, if Piggyvest gives me 1 million right now, if maybe I saved on Piggyvest and they give me maybe 1 million, I will save it back. That means if maybe I saved 1 million and they gave me 300,000, which is 30%, I will save back that 300,000. What does that mean? I have 1.3 million already. They will give me interest in that 300,000. I will save it again. So I'm going to save it I'm going to save each of them to expire the same day. Maybe I'm saving it for December of 2027. So I'm going to lock up that 300,000 again for December of 2027. Any interest they give me in that 300,000, I'm going to lock it again to December of 2027. That is how I will keep locking back that money till maybe it's remaining like 5,000. And by the time you make the calculation, you'll be seeing that whenever that money is coming back, maybe it might be coming back with like 700,000. That means technically you have 1.7 million, your capital and your interests. That is the trick to save, especially on Piggyvest. Now, you can also leave it in your Flex account. There is another reason why I love Piggy Bank is they give you withdrawal 3 times every month, 4 times every month. For those of us that love spending, even when you don't want to spend, put the money in Piggyvest, right? With that money being in Piggyvest, they only give you opportunity to withdraw 4 times every month. You be careful of your withdrawal, right? And they'll be giving you interest on that money every day. You can choose not to do Piggyvest. I'm just talking about what I do. And like I said, I'm not, there's a disclaimer, I'm not an investor, but I'm telling you what I'm doing that is working. Now, for every single time I keep like 1 million on Piggyvest, they give me 500 naira every day. Multiply 500 naira times 30 days. Do the mathematics. It's like around 15,000 or 18,000. But my money in Access Bank, they'll be telling me Every month, every week, they are collecting money for debit transfer. Federal government, FGN, they are not giving me. They are taking from me. But for every money that I have on Piggyverse, in my Flex accounts, right? Flex account is like your savings account, like just like your normal bank accounts that you can withdraw from. For every money that I have there, right? Every day they are giving me interest. Even if it's interest of 20 naira, it is better than taking it out from my money. That is that. Another app that you can try is OPay. I've been using OPay for a while, although their interest is not that much. Sometimes if I leave like 1 million on OPay, they'll give me like around, for this is an instance, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they'll give me like 100 naira. If I leave that same money in Piggyverse, maybe Piggyverse will give me like 300. So I don't used to keep money a lot in my OPay. I usually prefer to keep it in my Piggyverse. It's just that Piggyverse limits your daily, it limits your monthly transaction to only 4. Let me know, am I making sense in the comment section? Are you following me? Another app that you can use to save and invest is Bamboo. I heard about this app while I was in Nigeria. Of course, you can download Bamboo in Nigeria, but I didn't know how to use it. It's an investment platform where you can buy stocks from, you can buy shares from like Access, you can buy shares from like different companies in Nigeria and all of that. My mentor was telling me the other time I wanted to buy some I want to buy shares from like GTB and all of that. So I wanted to register with a stockbroker, but I was talking to one of my friend and student the other day, and she reminded me of Bamboo. I remember I downloaded that Bamboo sometime in Nigeria, but I didn't know how to use it. So I did not really use it. But she taught me how to use it the other day. It's now make I just find money, buy some stock from some bank. So Bamboo acts like a stockbroker for you. And they have like different stocks and all of that. However, before you invest into buying shares, you need to make your research properly. Now, another way you can invest is you can buy stock from companies and from bank. Like there are banks like GTB, Zenith. I heard that they have good banks and they have good dividends. You can invest in them and buy. You can invest and buy from them. Another thing you can do is you can save in dollar. You can save in dollar. But keep in mind, saving in dollar, if you're not earning in dollar, maybe you're earning in naira, saving in dollar is a bit tricky. Why? The amount dollar is sold is different from the amount you buy dollar. An example is, if you have 1 million and you want to convert that 1 million naira to dollar, it might be giving you $530 right now. If you want to sell that $530 back to naira, it will not give you 1 million. So it is better and safer that if you must invest in dollar, you are patient for it to like grow. It's not something you're just doing and I want to save in dollar. Tomorrow I want to collect my money back. You need to be patient with it. Over time, it will add up. Now you can save in USDT. I started doing that recently. Before I traveled, I had like this $500 that I used to buy Ethereum. I bought small Ethereum. I bought Bitcoin. When I was into like all this crypto, but at some point I gave up and I started chasing my virtual assistant seriously. So when I was traveling, I handed that Binance account to my sister. The other day, my sister was showing me that $500 that I handed over to her, she has been buying coin, trading it, like, and all of that. That money was currently at $1,000. So she has done for me 100% of the money that I gave her. Now, I also sent her like about, I think, 1 million to buy some coin for me, which she did. And the other day she was showing me, I think when she bought those coins, like when she converted the 1 million, I think it was like around $590. She was showing me the account the other day and she has made like over $200 or $300 for me. So you can save in USDT. But if you're still going to do this, you need to find somebody that you can trust, because so many persons have been scammed of their money because of savings. So you can do piggyverse and be saving on piggyverse. This is what I typically used to do, and that is why I'm advising that you do that. Now, there is a rule of thumb that I advise you. Save at least 20% of whatsoever that you're earning. If you're earning 1 million, ensure that you're saving this 20%. This 20%, you're saving it for the days of emergency, for the days you would need to save yourself, that nobody is coming to save you. That is what you're going to do with this particular 20%. It's a rule of thumb. Save at least 20% of your income. Save at least 20% of your income. Don't joke with this rule of thumb. Like, don't joke with it. Now, there is a difference between need and wants. And I want to properly explain this to us, so that you don't fall victim into not even understanding your need and your want. Now, how do you differentiate between what you need and what you want when it comes to spending? How do you differentiate? How are you able to differentiate what you need and what you want when it comes to spending? Do you know how to differentiate the two of them? Now, the difference between your need and your wants is, your needs are essential requirements for basic survival. Mark that word, basic survival and functioning in a society. Your need are essential requirements for basic survival and functioning in a society. An example is, food is a need. Shelter, paying your house rent is a need. Buying clothes, not too many clothes, but clothing yourself is a need. Going to the hospital, healthcare is a need. Transportation is a need. Maybe you know all of these basic survival things that help you function in a society is a need. Now, your wants, on the other hand, they are items or services that enhance your life. It makes your life beautiful, but they are not essential for survival. E.g., human hair. E.g., car. E.g., two phone. E.g., even a phone is not a basic human survival. It's not a need. E.g., what else? Una, begin to list the things that are, begin to put in the comment section the things that are different types of wants. Begin to put in the comment section. Let me see. Put wants. Things like luxurious item, expensive bag, expensive shoe, they are wants. Things like going to Mr. Biggs, things like eating out, things like going on vacation, they are wants. Things like entertainment. For Nigerian investment shares, treasury bill, etc., I will recommend invest over Bamboo for real estate. I will recommend Rise, Binance for crypto, only if you know what you're doing. Thank you, Omawumi, for that. For Nigerian investment, she said shares and treasury bill, etc., I will recommend investing over Bamboo for real estate. I will recommend Rise. I invest over Bamboo for real estate. I will recommend Rise. Omawumi, I don't really understand. I think there is Bamboo for dollar stock only because there is not a lot of option for this in Nigeria. I'm craving shawarma. It's not a need. Awesome, Onyinye. God, good. Shawarma is not a need. Drinking Coke every day is not a need. Taking Pepsi every day is not a need. They are all wants. Eating biscuits is not a need. They are all wants. It is not. Now, there are 3 types of spending. So I'm going to be sharing 3 types of spending for you and how you can control and manage it. Number 1, there is something called emotional spending. Many of us are in this type of category. This type of spending occurs when you as an individual, Whenever you're feeling sad, like you can quickly just open your app and start and start shopping. So this could be like buying comfortable items during times of stress or during moments of celebration. I would explain. So before this semester started, I had issue with this emotional spending, right? Every single time I feel sad, I'm on shame, I'm ordering things. There was a time I was having issues with spending. And part of that issue made me started owing my credit facility. So it's bad. Like, it is actually very bad. Emotional spending is very real. Many persons are under this emotional spending. Whenever you just feel sad, you start shopping. You start looking for something to buy. You start you want to distract yourself, get something, buy something, and all of that. That is emotional. Mercy said I was waiting on Zoom, but I shared the link and I said it's on YouTube. I shared the link and I said it's on YouTube. I'm coming, just class is on YouTube and I've been on since. Let me share this link again. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. All right, so that's that on that. So emotional spending is very real. There was a time I was struggling with emotional spending. So what I did was, because I realized that it was a weakness of mine, I deleted all the shopping apps on my phone. First of all, I removed all my credit card from inside. I deleted all the shopping apps on my phone. So even when I need something, I am controlling myself that it's not a need. Like, if it is not a need, I do not buy it. So every month, I make a list of my need. I make a list of my wants. If that thing I want to buy is not on my list of need, I don't order it. However, inside my wants, I try to get one want for myself every month. No buying. So I'm not buying anything for myself again this month till next month. Can we hear me? So I'm not buying anything for myself again this month till next month. This month till next month. Or even this year, Seth. I'm not buying anything for myself again this year because I've gotten something for myself already. So you can do that. You can use this strategy that I just talked about right now and use it to manage your spending. Now, how do you manage emotional spending? Create a budget. Very, very important. Allocate specific amounts for essential needs every month. This structure would help you prevent overspending. And the truth is, you have to be intentional with this. For you to develop a healthy saving culture, when you say, I would not spend impulsively, you have to stick to it, right? So allocate specific amounts for your needs and your wants every month. Or every 3 months, you can allocate specific amounts to your need every 3 months. Now, develop healthy coping mechanisms. Instead of turning to shoppings to find other ways to manage your emotions, instead of turning to shopping when you feel stress, when you feel oh, you're going through a lot and you're running to your shopping apps to go and buy something, spend it exercising, meditate, look for other things that will distract you. At that point, look for other things that will distract you. Delete any shopping tool inside your phone. I did it and it worked. Anytime I need to order something, I will go through my friend's phone. Because I know that once you leave me and my phone to do it, I feel shop the whole more way day online, enter debt. So every single time I need to shop, because I've deleted the apps on my phone, I will go through my friend's phone. And this thing that I'm telling you, day before yesterday, like for a while now, there is something I needed to buy that will enhance my content creation. To buy that stuff is $699. I've been thinking about it. Now, because I have controlled my spending habits, I've been thinking about it. Should I spend $699 for content creation that has not started making me a lot of money? Awesome, it's beautiful, it's going to make me money, the type of money that I want. Is that a wise investment right now? This is me talking to myself, asking myself all of this question. I said no. I left it on Amazon. The following day, I came back again. I wanted to order it. I said no. Think about this thing carefully before you spend this money. 3 days of going this back and forth, I found an alternative. I removed it. I did not spend that $699 again. My money is still, obviously I didn't have the money, but of course I would have used my credit card. But because I kept asking myself question after the other, like I kept asking myself to be sure, do you really need this thing? I did not rush to quickly say, oh, and most of us who have money issue, many persons have money issue, like I have money issue. And the kind of money issue that I have is, I don't like to want something and not get it. But I need to intentionally hold myself to be careful with spending. There was a time that there is no single day that there is no delivery coming to my house for me. It's a bad habit. So I know what I'm telling you. At some point, my friends were like, Chinyere, every single time they open the door, Chinyere, you have a package. I was ordering as if my father is the president of Nigeria. So it's a problem. And some persons are like that. But you need to now know that is a problem and begin to turn away from it. So right now, what I do is I have deleted all of the apps on my phone. Even if I go back to install it right now, because I'm already working on that attitude, I won't go back to it again. Now, unsubscribe from anything that will constantly remind you. If you have these apps downloaded on your phone, unsubscribe from them. Any marketing email that you have subscribed from, that you know they will sell to you, unsubscribe from them. It will help you reduce the temptation of wanting to spend the money that you don't have or wanting to spend the money that you need to save. Set financial goals. Even as a business person, anything I know I can get for free, like there are some apps I know I can get for free. I canceled this year like this. I canceled over 10 apps that I had recurring payments on. And this is me being intentional about things I'm spending my money on because I've realized that I don't need it, even as a business owner. Currently, I can count how many tools right now that I'm using that is paid. The other ones I've unsubscribed from it. So set financial goal. Have clear financial goals that help maintain your focus on focusing on important things and limiting unimportant things. Now we have mindful spending. This is another type of spending. Now, mindful spending involves you being very conscious and intentional of where your money goes to. Now, if you spend, after today's class, review your finances. Where does my money go to? Where does my money go to? Like you need to like consciously and intentionally ask yourself where your money is going to. Now, if you notice that your money is going to things like every month, every single day you're drinking Coke, every single day you're drinking Pepsi, every week you're eating shawarma, you're eating pepper soup, all of them, sit down and ask yourself, How much in a month? How much do you intentionally or unintentionally spend on unnecessary things? You would see that most of us have money. It's just that you spend it on the wrong places, even without knowing. So for you to be able to make good financial decision that will last for a long term, you need to be mindful of your spending. Now, what are the strategies of mindful spending? Set spending intents. For every single penny that you remove, define what you want to use the money for, or define what you want to do with the money. Whether it is saving it for vacation. So what this means is, for every single money that when you have your money, for every single money that you take out, define why you're taking it out for. Is it to pay your house rent? Is it to buy human hair? Is it to buy shoe? Is it to buy bag? Define why you're spending that money. Now, because you have defined it, it would help you know if you're saving wrongly, or if you're spending wrongly, or if you're not spending wrongly. Now, create a budget. For you to do mindful spending, you need to create a budget. A well-structured budget that shows your spending intention, shows your fund allocation, and most importantly, your financial goal and your need. This budget is going to show your spending intent. The reason why you're spending that money will be in front of that money that you want to spend. This budget would ensure that you allocate your funds correctly. And this budget would also have your needs. Practice gratitude. Regularly reflect on what you already have can reduce your urge to buy more. If maybe I need to buy a sneaker, maybe I need to buy shoes, I will go and look at the ones that I have. How many of them, Chinyere, have you worn? I have over 6 to 7 pairs of sneakers. Sometimes is one I will keep repeating one every month. Somebody once told me something, and it's true. If there are clothes or shoes you have in your house and you have not worn it in the last 6 months, you don't need it. It's not a need for you. So go back with this thing that I've told you right now. Begin to ask yourself, what are those bags that I've bought in the last 6 months? I have not carried any of them. I have a lot of clothes in my box. In the last 6 months, I have not worn any. I've not even worn many out of the one that I've worn. I have over 10 wigs, for instance. How many of that wigs are you wearing? I have 15 pairs of shoes. How many of them are you wearing? Now, if with all of these things that I've told you, you have all of this a lot, and you're still buying more, that means you have spending issue. It's not a case of not having enough. It's a case of not knowing that you have enough. So practice gratitude. When you have the urge to buy more shoes, go and check your wardrobe. Look at the ones you have not worn and tell yourself that I don't think I need a new one. Now, so many of us will say we want to have multiple colors of these shoes. Buy relevant colors like white, red, and black that can match any color. It's not a must that you must buy green. It's not a must that you must buy yellow. And if you have the money to throw about, beautiful. But having a saving culture is very important. Practice gratitude. Learn to say no. Develop the habit to decline purchases that don't align with your financial goal. Now, this is where self-discipline comes in. Saying no is a powerful skill. Many persons don't have it. Know when to say no. Like I told you that I've been working on myself, and I showed you the back and forth I did. That's because I saw that how can I, in this era that I'm saying I need money, how can I comfortably pull out $699 to buy something? It would help me, right? But is it a need right now? Is a want. It's not a need. So Learn to say no. I had to just say, no, let me pause on this thing yet. Let me pause on this thing for now. Now, the other type of spending is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification in finance involves you prioritizing future financial stability over immediate pleasure. Delayed gratification. This might mean you saying, I'm saving to purchase a house rather than I'm saving to just buy a land. So it can be you saying, instead of buying Coke every day for 30 days, I'm going to take myself out. I'm going to save that money for 30 days. Spend a little. So every day, you're bringing out that money you would have spent in buying Coke. If it's 100 naira, you're saving that 100 naira every day for 1 month, right? At the end of that 1 month, you can say, I'm going to take 1,000 out of this 3,000 that I've saved and use it to buy something for myself that I will eat. I will use it to buy Pepsi, buy bread, buy shawarma, save the remaining 2K or 1.5. The goal of saving that 100 naira, this is an instance, is not so that at the end of the month you are finished spending everything. No, that is not the goal. The goal is that you're saving it so that when it comes together, you can still spoil yourself dirty. So practicing delayed gratification would help you also strengthen self-control. Many of us here, you're probably going to be a father. You're a mother already. You're going to be a mother. So if you don't know how to practice, saving, like you don't have good saving culture, it's going to affect every sphere of your life. Like it's going to affect every sphere of your life. If it is very important that you have a very good saving culture. So with delayed gratification, it's going to strengthen your self-control, make it easier for you to pass unnecessary purchases, and save you from unimportant goals. There are goals that are not important. There are things that are not important. It's just that you put importance to them. And look at us even as human. How many clothes can you comfortably wear? But many of us have like 10 boxes. Many of us have 5 boxes filled with clothes. We have 20 boxes filled with shoes. How many of it are you wearing? How many? How many are you wearing? Answer me this question honestly. How many are you wearing? Now, some simple strategies of delayed gratification is reward replacement, like substitute immediate for less significant reward with more meaningful ones that require some waiting. For instance, replace like your daily purchase of like maybe coffee to like a weekly treat out that you can give yourself. Replace like your daily purchase of Coke to like maybe a monthly shawarma that you can give to yourself. Replace replace it with something like it's reward replacement. So we have limit temptation, reduce exposure to like temptations that might lead you to impulsive spending, like the way I have deleted the app on my phone that leads me to always shopping, right? This could mean unsubscribing from some things that you subscribe to. There was a time my credit system sent me, I was going through my credit system. And sometimes when you're broke, it helps you realize all the wrong places your money have been going to. So I was going through, I discovered that there is a platform that used to charge me for $6 every month. And I said, but the platform is that I'm paying that for $6 every month, but I have never used it. I started unsubscribing. I unsubscribed from everything. I called all my banks and told them that whatsoever that I'm subscribed to, delete it. Now, for those things that I feel like I'm subscribed to, that I'm asking them to delete, that means it's not useful, but I'm paying for them. Right? So I unsubscribe from them and focus on using things that I need. So unsubscribing from maybe recurring payments can also help you. Now, implement cooling off period. establish a mandatory waiting period, like 48 hours, for non-essential purchases to consider their necessities and long-term value. I feel like this was what really made me not to spend that $699 because I need it, right? I want it, but I'm still overthinking it. That means it's not a need, it's a want. I gave it the first 24 hours. I felt like I kept telling myself I will order it. I'll order it soon. By the time I gave it 48 hours, I tried to look for things. I figured out a way around it and I did not spend it. So if there is anything you feel like I want to purchase this thing, give it some time. Like give it like a day, give it like 2 days and see if that thing is genuinely a need. And see if that thing is genuinely a need. Give it time so that you don't waste your money. Now, for my students who have finished their training today, I know there are some of us here who are not yet my students. We're going to be starting class on Friday for cohort 6, or you're just seeing this live stream from YouTube and all of that. I have like a general advice. This is targeted to my students who are actually graduating today. Continuous learning. If there's anything you should have learned from me in these past few days. Now, before I start talking about this, a goat cannot give birth to a cow. A monkey cannot give birth to a chicken. A dog cannot give birth to a cat. What does this mean? I can only give birth to my kind, right? I have poured inside of you. I've invested in you. I've given you seeds that if you cultivate it, every seed is fragile. Every seed that we plant on the soil is very fragile. When you put it in the ground for it to germinate, if it is a bad sand or a bad ground, what happens? It will rotten. It will not germinate. But if it is a good ground, what happens? It will start germinating. Now, when it starts germinating, what happens? There will be weeds around it. There will be days that that seed is struggling to get sunlight. There will be days that seed is struggling to grow. There will be days that seed we need some light to germinate. There'll be weeds around it and it needs to be taken care of. You need to weed those weeds out. You need to provide water for it to grow. That water is continuous learning. Taking away that weed is continuous learning. So that what you have learned, remember that iron sharpeneth iron. If after you finish listening to me today, you do nothing with everything you have learned, in the next 1 year, you feel like you're starting all over again. I have students that have gotten jobs right now. They didn't know it was possible. I posted it on the general group today. After class today, all those in cohort 5, I'm going to share the main group link with you for you to join. Now, I posted it in the group today and I was telling my students, if I get somebody that is looking for a social media manager, even if you have the skill, I'm going to ask you to send me your portfolio. If there is nothing you can show for it, I can't give you the job. Why? It is me soiling my own hands. Recommending you to a job is putting myself at stake. If a job comes tomorrow and I must recommend you, it means that you're a soldier in the field. I need to see you implementing what you've learned. It's not a case of, I am done with the training. You go and sit and cross your leg. You stop doing nothing. You're not taking certification. You're not developing yourself. You're not learning. And when opportunity comes, I will give it to you. It does not work that way. I will give it to the person that is ready. Even if it's one person that is ready all the time, it will keep going to the person. I don't care. So what am I trying to tell you? You need to keep developing yourself. Personal development, continuous learning cannot be negotiated. It cannot be bargained. It can't be bargained. You can't negotiate it. Whatever that has sustained me in this last 5 years, by February 2nd of 2025, I would have comfortably been 5 years in this field. I have been learning up to this very moment that you're talking to me. I've been investing my time in developing myself. Effective communication is very important. Ask questions if you're unsure. If you begin to work, there's nobody that has ever asked question that did not receive answer. Ask question, communicate effectively with whoever that you're going to work with. I've told us the importance of time management. Have a to-do. Even as you start to prepare to work, when you wake up every day, set your to-do. What are the things you'll be working on? Certification, maybe other things that you're going to be doing. For you to look back in the next 1-2 years, you need to do some things right. And it starts from now, after this training. Be a proactive problem solver. Look for solution independently before asking for help. We talked about this in our first class. I created a scenario of 2 customer care supports about the one that started asking immediately when they had issue, and about the one that went to do their research, but still later came back to ask because they didn't find it. If you were in that class, you would have remembered when I said this. Now, feedback reception. Be open to feedback. Have an open mind towards receiving feedback. Have the mind of a child. Like, you need that mind of a child to be able to survive in this industry. Like, you need to be very receptive to feedbacks. Whether good, whether bad, smile it through. Take your corrections. When a child makes mistake, when a child wants to do something, you take them out of that thing they want to do. Maybe they used to go back. Don't be that type of child. Even if you're working with me as, for instance, I give you opportunity to work with me, I go scold you. Like I say, oh, I need somebody that will intern with me, and you make mistake, I go scold you. No be playground we come. 10, those days that when we used to grow, we used to do hide and seek. No be hide and seek, no be child's game we come play here. So, another thing, confidentiality and secrets. Respect and protect people's sensitive information that they are handing over to you. Like, respect and protect it. Don't be that VA that they will be looking for because you leaked people's login details and all of that. Network with other professionals. If there's another reason why we are bringing in accountability admins next year, and I said it, we're going to be bringing in an accountability group. I think somebody was saying the 15-day job application marathon is for everybody. You're not paying for it. But to have an accountability, be in accountability where every single day we are ensuring you're applying for a job. I'm yet to decide how much will be a monthly subscription for that. If you want it, you can register for it. That's to push you. Because why? I've realized that most of us, our problem is just laziness. It's not like we don't know what to do. It's not like you don't know what to do. You know what to do, it's just that you're lazy. And this is including me. If there's anything that I appreciate I started this year, it is networking. Look at all of you. All of you are technically in my life. If tomorrow I'm in need of something, can't you see that I have people that I can run to? I have a community I can run to. I have people I can say, These are my people. So you need to start looking for other professionals that you can become friends with. Many of you are in different accountability group, but nobody is your friend. You did not make any friend with anybody. Even to comment on the group, now war, like it is difficult. You can't be a loner in this industry. You can't be a loner. That's just the truth. You can't be a loner. You can't do it alone. Network with other professionals. Build yourself in public if you can. I've said this before. Build yourself in public before. Build yourself in public if you can. The beauty that comes with building yourself in public. The beauty that comes with building yourself in public is way more than just applying for a job. Applying for a job, everybody does that. I can't begin to explain to you. I don't even know if I try, if you can understand how building yourself in public can help you. Like it can literally change your life around. It can literally transform your life for good. So if you can, and you're listening to me, even if it means it's once every day, start creating content. Use LinkedIn, use Instagram, use Thread, use whatever platform that you have. If you can't be consistent in all, start with one. Start with one. You mustn't be consistent with 20. You mustn't be consistent with 50. You can start with one. What is that one thing that you can be consistent with? What is that one platform that you can be consistent with? It mustn't even be you coming to talk about you're a virtual assistant. It might just be you offering motivational speech. It might just be you building your own community. It might just be you building your own community, building your own tribe of people that when you're not available, people can look for you and ask for you. There are so many of you now that if you don't see me or hear from me in like 2 days, you send me message, coach. I remember there were days that I did not post, like the other day that I did not post meeting link. A lot of people were reaching out, coach, are you okay? Coach, are you fine? They were not even asking me for class. They're asking me, coach, are you okay? That is what community is all about. Many of you, because you have not built community, if you disappear on social media today, nobody will know that you have disappeared. Nobody will know. Nobody will send you. Even in your own smaller community, even if you don't want to do it on social media, look for how to impact other persons and build something. Work-life balance is very important. And I've said it. I said it in our last class about having a good work-life balance. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is very, very important for long-term success and well-being. It is very important. Your work-life balance is something that will determine if you would always, after making the money, still have your children to remember that you are their father. Our fathers are very busy. And this is me talking to our fathers. No matter how busy that you get, make time for your children. I was telling my husband the other day, when I deems anytime, any moment you miss in your child's life, they don't come back. They don't come back. If you miss my birthday this year and I'm 30, will I be 30 next year, Daddy? I won't be 30 next year. If maybe I have like an important thing happening in my life this year and you're not present for it, like take for instance, all the days when we're in secondary school, sometimes our fathers never show up. They think it's not essential, that it is mother's responsibility. Most children always tweet towards their mother. Why? Because many fathers are absent. They are absent because they are trying to provide for the family. But find a tiny ground between providing and being present. like this generation has changed. When in the 80s or maybe in the 90s, the clamor for present parents is not as much as it is right now. Remote work can make you an absent parent if you're not careful. It affects me sometimes. So what I do intentionally is, even when I'm working, because I'm not here with my husband, I might call him. He's probably busy in his pharmacy and I'm busy on my computer. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and whatever. Even if he calls me and maybe I'm doing my assignment, I will pick. Why? Because I can say I'm busy, I will talk to you later. Distance is already, God forbid, it's not a barrier, but distance is already there. So I need to intentionally make sure that we make our time to talk. So once I wake up in the morning, I am calling. Every opportunity that I have, I am calling. Why? You need to be very intentional. If you're not intentional about protecting what is important, it will go without you knowing. So work-life balance is very important. Create time. If you're a young lady, create time for your friends. Don't just secure the bag and lose important people. Securing the bag is our goal. In all you're doing, ensure that you secure the bag. But in securing the bag, ensure that you don't also lose family. You don't lose friends. You don't lose sisters. You don't lose siblings. No matter how busy I get every day, I call my younger sister on phone. We have like that rapport. Even if it's not so much with the boys, but I talk to them. In every 2 weeks, at least, I talk to the boys, no matter how busy I get. So make out time for essential people, an essential thing in your life. Don't allow remote work blur that line for you. Adaptability. Practice learning new tools. Adaptability will make you, it comes with you being flexible. You need to be very flexible. Your clients would have like new changes. They will need to assign you to new things. They will need you to like probably learn new tools. You need to be very flexible and adaptable so that you can be able to like meet up to this demand. This industry, I have said it before, you don't say no here. We know they say no here. No does not work here. Why? Because if a client is giving you something within your niche area, don't say no. Why? You might lose them. And when you lose them, do you know what it took you to get that client? Do you know what it took you to get that client? Imagine when you lose them. This is not me saying accept every job that they give to you. Be able to define the tiny lines. There are things, thinking is not what I will do for you because you're an adult. I'm not the one that will think for you in this journey. But the only thing I can tell you and advise you in this journey is know when to say no, but also know when to know that I think I can do this and do it for your clients. Also know that whoever that is employing you to make life easy for themselves. Don't be that employer that will make life more tougher for your employee. Instead of being a virtual assistant that will be supportive to them, you go and become a virtual assistant that will be a trouble to them. Don't do that. Now, use initiative. Encourage when your clients give you extra job. It might be also you building your portfolio, then also adding value to their work. Be professional. Maintain professionalism when interacting with your clients. I have said it before. There is not be humble, not too humble, that you miss out on opportunities, but humble enough to know you aren't better than the next person. Thank you, Osato, for saying that. Osato, thank you so much for saying that. Professional etiquette is very important. Like, maintain clarity when you're communicating. Dear, no, they work for this industry. Sama, Now for only Nigeria they work. If you're working with international clients, address them with their name. Hello, ma. You know they work here. Hello, sir. You know they work here. Hi, Chinyere. If my papa age mates, they work with me for this US here, I will still call him. Hi, Ifeanyi. Hi, Amaka. Hello, Osato. Hello, Angoli. Hello, Sydney. Anybody. Hello, hi. Hi, dear. Keep the dear inside your pockets. If you mistakenly send an email that has hi, dear, unsend it, remove that dear. Nobody is your dear here. You're not daring anybody here. Be professional. So that when greeting pass, how are you? My mother used to say that when somebody shake you, shaking lifts your hand and it comes to your elbow, up will go from how are you? Ogaba go, I am fine, thank you. And you know when to, you know when to take out your hand. What I'm saying is when greeting passes, how are you? Like you have shake me, it has passed, how are you? It is going to fine, thank you. Say now only your husband be your dear. Oh, thank you for saying that. Not only your husband be your dear, be doing it in your house, but there is no dear. Some Nigerian clients might be comfortable with maybe those enough. They can be comfortable with Sama. They like Sir and Ma. If you're working with somebody like that, you can acknowledge them with Sir and Ma. But once you begin to work with international clients, no Sir, no Ma. Address them by their name or address them by their professional title. Hello, Dr. Mark. Hello, Dr. Soso person. Hi, Mark. Hello, Miss. Whatever. But no dear, no honey, no sweetheart. So that when greeting is passing, the how are you, you would know where it is going to. Next, if you're a virtual assistant, for the ladies among us who are quite charming and beautiful, know and respect yourself. Why am I saying this? You might meet clients that would, from being a virtual assistant, you begin to personally assist them in their house. One of my students once asked me, Coach, I'm working for somebody and is requesting to see me. Henrietta and Co, be covering your eye. No, they talk to. So that when your boss begin to say, can we see? You can humbly ask him and say, oh, this is a remote position. And I don't use common sense. Don't me go tell you what you go talk. But if you enjoy the fact to go and visit them, with all pleasure, go. Anything your eyes see, you take. But know when, even if it means that it becomes a pressure and you have to leave. Any work that has been mixed with pleasure, you know, two of them know they go together. So if you're working, let your work etiquette be intact. Nothing concern me with you physically. You paid me or you hired me to be a virtual assistant. Let's keep it at that. Don't mix business with pleasure. Maintain professional boundaries. Awesome. I love this, my students. Chiwe say, don't mix business with pleasure. I said that. Osato said, maintain professional boundaries. Once he reached, can we meet in this Mr. Biggs or in this place? Just know that you are already compromising your professional boundaries. And once you start, it will lead to, can you come to my house? But once you see that sign, be clear on time. And now, with men that have other intention, if they are hiring you and you say no, they feel sack you. But be better with that sack and not with 9 months pregnancy. You're better off being sacked without job. You're better off with your peace of mind being intact than losing it over how much thousand. So be very careful. Now, self-care. Take care of yourself. Have rest. Eat well. I'm not too big on eating too well. I think when it comes to eat well, I'm not the best person to advise on this, right? But eat well. I started going to the gym. I've not been consistent lately because a lot have been happening. So exercise. My sister was telling me the other day, fat no help anybody. I was so shocked when she told me. She said, my sister, I have realized that getting fat does not help anybody. So I need to work on myself. I was like, wow, go for it, girl. Fat no help anybody. You no help anybody. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Push yourself. Working from home has a potential of giving you waist pain, romanticism. So you need to push yourself. Like you need to push yourself. Your health is very important. Mr. Clement said, don't start a business you know you cannot continue. Thank you for saying that. Be better with being sacked to carry a sack of stranger in your belly. If will not kill me, it's better to be sacked than carrying a sack of stranger in your belly. Osato, I beg, no add to my laughter. Please, let's be careful, right? Peace of mind, self-care is very important. Adequate rest is very important. Have good nutrition, eat well, exercise. All of this will add up to like taking care of yourself. Be willing always to learn and implement. You have learned. There is no VA out there that is better than you. Begin to reaffirm yourself every day. There is nobody. Myself as your coach, I am not better than you. The only thing that differentiates you from that VA that you want to be like is that they are doing the work and you're not. The only thing that separates me and that would separate me from you probably in the next 1 year, 2 years, is that I am putting in the work. Like, I am putting in the work and you're not. All of those people that you admire, that you want to be like, the only thing that is separating you from them is that they are willing to do the work, but you're not. So even if it's to take a walk around your block, it will do your body good, like exercise, work out, like just take a stroll and all of that, right? So, coach, don't forget pigeon. No, they work for here. Okay, I think be willing to learn and implement. Put to work what you have learned. Many of us have not done our assignments. Many of us are not planning to do it. But put to work all the things that you've learned. Show up for yourself. You see the way I'm showing up for myself? That's because it's not the duty of my husband to show up for me. It's not the duty of Adims to show up for me. It's not the duty of Asato to show up for me. She's supposed to show up for herself. You see the way I'm showing up for myself in every freaking place? Show up for yourself. Show up for yourself without shame. Show up for yourself. Show up for yourself without shame. Show up for yourself with reckless abandon. You know owe person money. You know owe person money. If you feel like your village people or your friends or people that you don't like, they'll follow you. Like, once you notice they are following you, block them. Once you notice they are following you, feel like, if tomorrow I notice that all my maybe some of my friends, they are following me and they are doing this, I will go and block them. If they are my problem, I will block them. But they are not my problem. Right? So show up for yourself. Nobody is going to show up for you. Nobody is going to take care of you. Nobody is going to do your tax for you. Show up for yourself. If you want to start applying for a job before the job application marathon, set a tax. Set a tax. I'm going to apply for 3-5 jobs every day. I'm going to apply for 3-5 in a week. I must have applied for 20 jobs. Not just applying and counting numbers. There are jobs that you know that you're just applying to count numbers. Don't apply for jobs to count numbers. Even if it's a game of number, Don't forget that you still need to be intentional about it so that you can get your dream job. Don't get carried away when people say job application is a game of number. It's a game of number, but it is not to be counting numbers. It's not to be counting, I submitted 20 applications. How many of that 20 application that you have submitted is good? How many of it can even get you the job? Did you do your due analysis to apply well? Or you just... Clement said, let me add to this point, show up for those you love and those that have added value to your life. Thank you so much, sir. So show up for yourself in different capacity. Like in different capacity, show up for yourself. It will make sense. So next thing after now is, after class today, I think at this point, I would stop sharing my screen and we can now talk right now. So at this point, it will just be me, like few things that will be happening or few things that will be happening in the next couple of days is, and again, before we go out, work on improving your communication skill every day. Work on improving your communication skill every day. Work on improving your communication skill every day. Pidgin know they work here. Pidgin, you know they work here. I've said it before, and I think somebody reminded me here. Pidgin know they work here. Work on improving your communication skill. Work on improving your written skill. Work on improving all of them. Can we hear me? Am I breaking? Am I breaking? Work on improving your communication skill every day. Be patient with yourself. I didn't get to add this. Be patient with yourself. When we blow whistle on your mat, get set, go. On your mat, get set, go. Everybody will run. Some persons will fall out. Don't be that person that will fall out. Some persons would, even when they are tired, they will keep going. Be that person. Some persons will give excuse and will leave the track. Don't be that person. Some persons will begin to get tired, begin to get frustrated, begin to question God. Don't be that person. For everybody that God has created, there is a time and a season. Everybody has their season. Some persons will land job in the next days. Some persons, it might take a month. Some persons, it might take a week. Some persons, it might take 2 months. Some persons, it might even take 3 years. Some persons, it might take 3 months, sorry. Some persons, it might take 2 months. Some persons, it might take 6 months. Some persons, it might even take 1 year. This is me being very honest with you. It took me 3 months as I was learning and implementing to get my first job. So when I tell you that some persons, it might take them 3 months. But while I was learning and implementing, did I just cross my leg and not do anything? I started working on something. I was building my portfolio. I was always improving myself. I kept moving. Echidime, do you know what it means? Tomorrow is pregnant means you don't know when it is, when you'll be called upon. Imagine being called upon and you're not ready. Imagine it is the time that God wants to settle you and you're not ready. Your portfolio is not ready. You've not done anything. How will he settle you? How will he settle you? He won't be able to settle you. So you need to be ready. You need to be ready. You need to be ready. Osato said, value yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, be intentional with yourself, look after your mental health, practice well-being, protect your peace. These things cannot be purchased. I know we want to get work. Some of us, we are ready to start working today, tomorrow. Some of us are not ready. In your mind of mind, you know that if work comes now, you're not ready. Some of us took this training partially. You need to go back to it. You need to be intentional with your assignment. You need to keep learning. Everything that I've taught you, practicalize it. Keep practicalizing it. Build your own business around yourself. Build your own business around yourself. Have a business name. Start working as your own social media manager. Put it on your CV. Have a business name. Even if it is not registered yet, work towards, how much is business registration in Nigeria? Work towards registering it. Have it. Be the customer care support in your business. So if it is a worry that with everything I've taught you in this training, I've taught you how you can build your CV, right? We looked at how to work on your CV. I don't think I've shared my CV template. I will provide that. We did that. So what is your excuse? You have everything you need at the palms of your hand. You have everything that you need. I want to believe that the way I have taught us, the way we have been in this training in the last 5 weeks, you have taken trainings, but I'm not sure that any of them genuinely cared the way that I cared. And I'm beating my chest to say it. I'm not sure that any of them genuinely cared the way I've cared. And with your reviews and everything, it was so clear that I went above and beyond. It was so clear that many of you have taken trainings, but none of it has been like this. That's because I didn't just want to be your coach. I wanted to be a sister. I wanted to be a friend. I wanted to be a daughter to those among us. I wanted to be like mothers to those that I'm quite older than. I didn't just teach you to just get your 30,000 and everybody goes. I would still be here guiding you. Somebody say, Coach, hope you will not forget us. And I told her this morning, can a mother ever forget his own child? Virtual Click Support is my baby. Anybody in Virtual Click Support is my child. So I can't forget any of my students unless you forget me, unless you stop being part of the community, unless you choose to like, training is done, you remove yourself from the group, which is totally fine. But I hope that your reason for paying for this training, that you did get it, that you did achieve it, and you're excited that you took this training. That is the most important for me. That you're excited that you spent time taking this training. That is the most important for me. The most important for me is that you walk away from this training becoming a better person. You walk away from this training nurturing the seed that I've planted in you. That is the most important for me. Every other thing, there is nothing you can literally give to me right now that how much will you give to me that I don't have? How much? Even if maybe you start earning salary and say, Coach, I want to gift you 50,000, 100,000. Is that my problem? It's not. There's no amount of money that you give to me now unless it's billion that I've not seen. Right? But I want you to genuinely succeed. In our family. It's not good for one person to be the wealthiest person in the family. It's not good. And even if you must be wealthy, be the wealthy person. Right? Why not be the wealthy person? Why not be the wealthy person? Why not be the wealthy? Must you be the poor person? You mustn't be the poor person. So Mercy said, I'm currently writing an ebook. I have written some before, but you see this one. I can see Kochi inside. Things I will look at and ignore. I would ask myself, would Kochi see this as good? Which Kochi see this as good enough? So my friends, I love you all. I genuinely want to see you succeed. I want to tomorrow when we're throwing a party where Ayana about dollar, like na dollar we go to spray. Even if we're going to spray naira, no be 100 naira, 1,000. We can all, the sky is big enough to accommodate everybody. Don't feel like you're taking somebody else's shine. They are shining their own and you're shining your own. Like, don't ever feel you're taking somebody else's shine. You're like, reassure yourself every day that you are blessed. Like, reassure yourself every day that you're the best version of yourself. Nobody can take what God has given to me. Even if tomorrow you start coaching, you can't be like me. There is a uniqueness to me. That is how God has created me. That uniqueness to me is what makes me not see my students as just students, but I see them as my sister. If you want to imitate being like me, you might become weak. Even when I'm weak, the strength to still do what I'm doing is there. Because that is how God has created me. That is how he has made me for this teaching. There are days I will ask myself, after teaching, why not just go and rest? Must you sit back and be talking? But I will not know what we start. I will start talking. Because that is just me. It's not just about, oh, so one of my students was like, somebody was like, this your teaching, the end. The end. But it's me. That is me. Find you. Do you. Don't live this life like after living it. Especially the young one. Mr. Clement said something the other day. He said, for those below, I think he said below 40 or 45, take this training serious. Take it serious. Utilize what you've learned. Push. It is hard. It is hard everywhere. And for those in Nigeria, don't think that you're not getting job because of Nigeria. The job market everywhere is hard. I'm saying this because severally I have done like live sections on Instagram. I took a break a little bit on my live section on Instagram because I need to exactly be sure, like it's part of the things I'm going to work on next year. Maybe this time around, it might just be like a 30 minutes live section on YouTube starting from next year. That's probably what I'm going to be doing, a 30 minutes or 45 minutes section on YouTube. Probably that is what I'm going to do next year. Then I'll bring in a guest speaker. It's going to be like a morning podcast where I'm bringing in somebody to talk. That's like my goal for next year. Instead of just doing it on YouTube, on Instagram, I plan to start doing it on Instagram next year. This is me growing. Can you grow? I need you to grow. What do you want to be? How much do you see yourself earning in the next 2 years? I told you, and I said it, that when I started with as little as $5. I started with earning Naira. Many of you will see Naira job, you will not want to apply. Aranapoge, are you normal? Are you normal? Are you okay? Why not start? I'm able to talk about the days of my beginning because I can remember clearly. What can you talk about? 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 Am I not the one that so many of you that my student right now, you're asking me to like help you get somebody that will work for you? What if I didn't start what I'm doing? What if I didn't start it? So while we, all of these things, do not forget while, do not forget while you're here. Like, don't forget while you're chasing your dream. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away, especially the young girls among us. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. Don't be deceived. If you're Roman, this is outside of what we're doing, but don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure to succeed. You don't have to trade yourself just to belong. And I'm a living example. At least when you see your coach, it's obvious that this woman is not ugly. But I did it the hard way. And I tell people every day, there is no excuse to misbehave. I don't care the 101 million reason why you're misbehaving, but there is no reason to misbehave. If you feel you want to post on social media, everybody is exposing their body. Be the person that covers your body, if that is what you're comfortable with. Do you used to see me expose my boobs on social media? It's not my thing. I can't be like you. If that is what works for you, awesome, beautiful. Build your community. So if you're feeling, oh, you want to post content, the truth is there are things that sell. Sexuality sells, and people often switch towards that place, but you can still maintain a stand. You can still maintain a stand. Don't get carried away. All that glitters is not good. All that glitters is not good. Blink, blink, no be good. Blink, blink, no be good. There's nothing that you will tell me right now as a young lady listening to me, whether you're in the university. And I'm going to tell you this from a personal story to wrap up this training. When I went to Maduna University, many persons used to think, oh, she went to a private university because she's from a wealthy family. And I've said this 100 million times. I'm just one of those few people that Grace took to Maduna University. Why am I telling you this? That's so that you know. So that you know. I went to school at a time when my father is sending me feeding money. He sends me 2K. The highest money my father ever sent to me was 5,000 naira. My friend Winifred was reminding me, there was a day I came, when there was a time I returned back to school. I came back with 6 sachets of tomatoes. 6 sachets of tomatoes. And other things that my father arranged and they gave to me. And Winifred asked me. She said, she was reminding me the other day. And I just thought to share to you. I came back with 6 sachets of tomatoes. Not in tomatoes, sachets. There is nothing you right now will tell me is a reason for you to misbehave. I had 1 million reasons to jump from one place to another. But I bent my head. I drank Gary the day I didn't have. So don't think when you see me right now, you feel like it's been all roses and everything. Many of us have bruises in our back of where we are coming from. But when you humble yourself, and you keep humbling yourself, God will lift you in his own time. I'm able to share stories with you today because I have a story. I'm able to give you stories today because I have a story. Imagine if the story I could tell you is that I was jumping from one place to another. But I bent down. Now, every single time my father will send me maybe 2K, That 2K is school allowance. So I was the president of my society, I think in my second year. I was the president. One of my students came to me and she was like, that she's really pissed off that the father sent her 30,000, that the 30,000 is not enough. And in my mind, I asked myself, do I even know what 10,000 naira feels like? I didn't know what 10,000 naira feels like. And here, somebody's receiving 30,000 naira for feeding, and she's complaining it's not enough. If I don't tell you this, you wouldn't know. But for every single time my father sends me that money, I am the happiest person. I will still call him. Hello, daddy, thanks, sir. God bless you. People will be like, your daddy has sent you feeding money. They will think it's one big, mighty money. They will not know it's 2,000. I'm grateful that he could send. I'm grateful that he could send. Did it mean that he was doing the right thing? No. But I'm grateful. I'm humble in that the little he could give to me. If that is what he could afford, I can't question it. So if you're a young lady, you're listening to me, or you're probably going to listen to this later, and you're in the university, do not allow anything deceive you. I was telling my younger ones the other day that when my younger brother wanted to go to seminary, it was a trouble. Every single time he said he wants to come out and go to a day school, I told him, this is not even necessary. I told him that you're not missing out on anything. I was saying it on one of my live on Instagram. For the young girls among us, that life you feel that you're missing out on is the life that would save you. What you feel that you're missing out on is unwanted pregnancy. What you feel like you're missing out from is rape. What you feel like you're missing out from is being drugged. Study what took you to that place. Graduate well. School is not a scam. Part of the reason why I am doing what I'm doing today, is it not because I'm educated? Is it not because I am learned? If anybody is lying to you that school is a scam, they are the one that want to scam you. They are the one that want to scam you. Don't be foolish to think because of the bad government in Nigeria, the education is a scam. Education will always take you a door closer to your next employment. A lot of them didn't understand life. Jennifer said, my classmate at the Biendo University said that she was broke with 200K. So funny. A lot of them didn't understand life. 200K. Me na 2K. 2K. And they talk now, maybe this is a recorded section. 2K. Winnie was telling me the other day that Chinyere, the day you will talk about your story, the day I will talk about what has formed me, somebody was looking at me the other day and was like, there's a story behind what has formed you. And of course, there's a story behind what has formed me. But that story is to also inspire other people, motivate other people, encourage other people like I'm doing. Nobody's better than you. You're the best version of yourself. You're the best version of who God has created. Don't listen to otherwise. So I love you all so much. I love you all so much. I want to see you succeed. I want you to see you win. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you excel. And I can't honestly wait. I can't honestly wait to begin to celebrate your job offers. If opportunity comes, of course, I'm going to refer you. You're my students. The first place I come to once I got opportunity is my community. Like, you are my own tribe. I day for you. As long as God day for us, I'm going to stay there for my community. We are all going to go bigger together, but I want you to be prepared. Don't sleep on opportunity. I want you to be prepared. So after now, I'm going to share a link on the group that will lead us to the main group. After now, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that, and we're going to move to the main, because it's in the main group when job offers come, opportunity come. That is where I post it. I love you too, Vivian. Thank you so much. When clients reach out to me for opportunities, I post it in the main community group. I'm thinking that next year we'll move it to a WhatsApp community, because WhatsApp groups get full quicker. So I'm probably gonna create like a WhatsApp community, probably after now, exclusively for my students, and have everybody move there, just in case the group full and we can start using. Said, I'm from Cohort and I'm really inspired by this graduation. Can't wait to learn more from you, ma. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Nice to meet you, Temitope. And contentment is a skill, and my parent taught me well. God bless you, mommy. God bless you too, Mercy. Is this part recorded, please? I need someone to really hear that. All this section is recorded. You would see it live once. I'm going to share it on the group. The section is recorded, and you will see it. I'm going to share it with us once I'm done speaking. So I'm going to share it with us once I'm done speaking. And so every other information about the job application marathon, I'm going to put it on the group too, so that we know. It's going to be sometime in January, but I will let us know. Start working. Cohort 6 can't wait for Cohort 6 can't wait. Oh, Sydney, are you in Cohort 6? Okay, I think I remember you right now. Cohort 6 can't wait for our class to start. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. God bless you. I am happy that I'm a blessing unto you, and I want you to also be a blessing unto other person. One of my students got a job and she was like, Coach, send your account number. I told her, go and be a blessing unto other persons, right? Go and be a blessing unto other person. The person that sent 10K that I posted is because she has my account number. I wouldn't send you my account number. So if you don't have it, I won't send you my account number to send me money because I recommended you to a job. If everybody that recommends us to a job is collecting money from us, then so a quick reminder, you said you're going to open the page for us to engage with one another. We're going to do that. Once we are done with review, I'm going to leave the group open this week for review so that we don't mix the review up with links and all of that. Then I would announce the dropping of social media links. So I'm going to drop that. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm yet to join the VA training. I'm currently in the digital marketing training program. I'm inspired. So how did you see this link? Okay, when is the Onyinye? If you ask me this, when is the crypto training class again? I'm going to send you slap, because I already posted this on the group. I don't know why you're asking me here again. I posted this thing on the group. Why are you stressing me, Onyinye? Keen stress crowding for. But I posted it on the group now. Said I shared it with my children and others. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to drop the main class, the main WhatsApp link right now once we are done, and I would have us join that group. Our main group will still stay, because that is where we're going to have our job application marathon once it's starting. So it will still stay. It will still stay. For those that are worried about the crypto class, I'm going to confirm if it will be tomorrow or by Saturday, because of, please, when is Facebook ads training? This is not digital marketing training. Nkiru, are you in the digital marketing training? If yes, that information is in the digital marketing training group, right? So thank you for everything, especially for those real life talks that we have. Thank you, Omolade. I would allow so many of us in Nigeria, it's already late. I'm going to allow us go catch our like go rest, do your stuff. Once I stop this live stream, I'm going to also copy the link and send to you all. You can still make out time to come. You be better person, coach. You can still make out time to come listen to this talk whenever you feel like. I think I'm having it up here. And I'm also available. I'm a busy person, truth. I do not. But for many of you who have reached out to me, I know I still make out time to reply. If there is something you genuinely need my help to, reach out. The best form is not even, the best form is voice note sometimes, because that reading to even understand. Sometimes if they give me headache, I feel they do other things. I might not read to understand, but sending me a voice note easily communicates what you need my help with. And that would go a long way to help me. Every other thing, every other kind of support, I'll be offering it on the group. Our portfolio review will continue. Our CV review will continue. Our LinkedIn social media review will also continue. That is part of what I'll be doing in our community, and that is what we'll continue doing in our community. Other important things I will pass across in different groups, and I sent you a message on WhatsApp since Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Please, can you resend me another message again in Kiro? Please resend me another message again, because and congratulations to, thank you, Osato. Congratulations to each and every one of you in cohort 5. You have done it. Like, you have done it. It's been, I remember the first day we had like our first training on YouTube here, and we have concluded it on YouTube here. And time with you is well spent. Thank you so much, guys. Take good care of yourself, and we'll continue chatting in the group. I'm going to let you go right now. Take care and have a great day. I'm supposed to have like onboarding section with those in cohort 6, so that I can go and do that with them. For those of you feel, please join VA class. I left the digital market, it's too advanced, but after VA you would understand. Okay, please join VA class. I left the digital marketing class, it's too advanced, but after VA you will understand it matters. Okay, so congratulations, go out there and win. Thank you for being obedient to God's voice. You were born for this. Ash Catalyst. Thank you so much, Mommy Yetunde. Thank you, everyone. And for those interested in the virtual assistant training, just in case you're watching this video, do well to send me a DM. You can, the name you see on my live here is my Instagram name, Virtual Assist with Chi. You can send me a DM on Virtual Assist with Chi. You can also check my YouTube bio. You will see the link to my store. You can get the virtual assistant training from there and all of that. If you're interested in joining cohort 6 starts on Friday. For those in cohort 5, cohort 2, cohort 3, if you know anyone you want to either sponsor them to join cohort 6, or you want to, like, your friends and all of that. I feel like, aside from being a VA, this training is a life skill training that can help you get a job. It's not even about being a VA. The virtual assistant training, the way I structured it, is made in a way that you're getting that hands-on skill to get a job. It also gives you the skill you need to become a VA, but above all, it gives you that employability skill, which is the most important thing. So even if you're not recommending people to come and be a VA, you're recommending them to come and get that advanced skill that they need to be able to get work. For others already, you know that next year there'll be an advanced part to this training. I'm still going to post that in the group, especially Osato was the one demanding for that. So from next year, and aside from that, from next year, there'll be an advanced part. We're going to be like more advanced part that can help you niche down to like a specific area in this VA industry. God bless each and every one of us. Give us the grace to shine in our different capacity. And for many of you who have taken this training, I pray that the Lord will favor you. I pray that he causes favor to shine on you. Just like I have succeeded in this industry and still succeeding and still thriving, you would not encounter any failure. The grace that I carry in this industry, I pray that God blesses you with the same grace. Clients will be attracted to work with you. When you submit your portfolio, like it will just look like it is magnet and people want to identify and work with you. This is my prayer to you, and I pray that God grants you your own heart desire and meets you at the point of your need. Take care, everyone. Take good care of yourself, and bye for now.